What is up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a video on how to edit clips using After Effects. We're going to be using the slow motion tool. It's not really like a tool that's exactly specifically says slow motion, but it's a way that you'll be able to edit your clips without having to use Twixtor or any external program or plugins. So to start off, we have a sub-bass clip that's from Phase Homage, and I'm going to show you the stock clip first. So that was pretty funny, a little celebration at the end. So I edited this little part. This is about 65% done. So I'll just RAM preview this on half, and I'll show you what it looks like. And also, while we're waiting it to pre-render or RAM preview, I'll show you my render settings at the end and how to get it to be good quality, but yet at the same time not have to sacrifice file size. So you'll have like a nice like MP4 style video quality, but you won't have like an AVI format. So it'll be kind of best of both worlds in a sense. So we're just waiting here. I added some decent slow-mo clips to it, and then I added some really over-exaggerated slow motion to the zoom in to really show you how nice or clean of a slow motion you could actually get while using just the normal After Effects tool. So it'll only be about 5 to 10 seconds more, and then we'll actually get to see the whole clip. Okay, so here's the clip with the slow-mo and everything. So as you can see, really nice, really slow on the clips where he's zooming in, and then also you see on the +50 and everything how he really exaggerated that and made the clip look really nice. So how we're going to do this and how you should approach your edit. You want to see where the scope is moving. So you want to kind of, when you see editors like Phase and all them, they really emphasize, those key points. Nothing else. They might add little effects right here to the feed or whatever, and make that stand out, or they'll have a nice color correction. They'll make something kind of pop after he shoots. But mainly the main points you'll always see is this general area here, and the scope, and maybe even some of the kill feed. So even when referring to any clip, it doesn't have to be Call of Duty. They really emphasize on the part where the scope actually tends to move. So you'll see here the scope's not moving, and now it's moving. So he's not doing anything, and now he's zooming in, zooming in, zooming in, and that's where we want to slow him up. So from here, we're going to click the clip as it's highlighted. Make sure your cursor's on the selection tool. Click Control-Shift-D, and that's going to split the clip. Once the clip is actually split, you gotta press play. Wait until you see the crosshairs. Click Control-Shift-D again. Right click, time stretch. Do about 500. 500 is really nice for me. Want to zoom in then. Pull this clip out until the end, so the ends meet. Make sure there's no breaks or nothing. Nothing's overlapping. And now we could just kind of preview this part really quick. Just see how that came out. Okay, so that was some nice slow-mo. If we want to emphasize it a little more, we could just go to 600, since it was a short amount. It really wasn't that long of a zoom in. Just make sure that goes at the end. Make sure that those are lined up. could just put that there and zoom it all the way to the max using this little tool down here. Okay, after he shoots, you want to get that 50. So see how it's at its max right there? You want to go a frame before, Control Shift D, and you want to wait till it goes big and then go about 3 more frames. So 1, 2, 3. And then, or 4. 4 is the max I use. Right click. This will be about half you want your scope zoom in. So if your scope zoom in is about 600 to 500, you can put about 250 to 300. If it's 250, it's fine. You know, it's just however slow you want it or how nicely it syncs to your music. In this case, we're using Call of Duty clips, which probably the majority of the viewers will be wanting to know this for. So either way. So now we're going to RAM preview this and see how this looks with the scope and everything. Just see how everything came out. So here's the zoom in. Nice clean zoom in. That might not have been as emphasized as you want it. That's no problem. We could bump it up to 500. You know, it just depends on how your song is. If you ever messed up like that, you accidentally pulled that over but you wanted to move it over, just click Control Z and it'll go back to normal. So let's just preview this again and see how our plus 50 looks. So nice zoom in, and we get that real emphasis on the 50. So now that we have that, we want to just see where the scope's moving again. So see how he's not zooming in, he's just moving, and then now that this little movement to where he's zooming in, that's where we want to look for. So Control Shift D gets it till we zoom in. Again, time, stretch, we'll do about 550. It doesn't matter, you could just move it around however you want it. Make sure that's lined up. Okay, 1 frame before. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's 4 because it was a little longer. So we could do 300. Just make sure every time you're doing this that you're just making sure that all the clips and everything are lining up. So now we're just going to play this and see how this looks. Okay. Got our slow-mo, goes out, you see plus 50, zoom in, and the 100. Okay, so that's that. We're at about 8 minutes. So I'm going to show you a tool that you could use that will enhance the color without having to use like any sort of magic bullet looks. So we're going to add this vibrance tool, and what this could do is just by increasing the vibrance to it, you could just make the whole entire clip pop. So if we bring this down to here and we up the vibrance up to 40, you can see the colors here really pop. Everything really comes out. The saturation, if you want to up this a little more, all the colors just look a lot nicer, and even to the eye you could see it just makes a huge difference. Really simple, really quick ad that you could do to make the clip look a lot nicer. Okay, so now that we're done with this and the whole tutorial, all you got to do is just keep repeating these steps and you should be fine. Next, you want to go to Composition, Add to Render Key. Want to click, make sure it's on Best Settings, use the composition's frame rate, don't change it to yours. Go down here to the Output module. Want to make sure your format is on H.264. Video output, audio output. A lot of people forget that. They wonder why they don't have any sound on their video. Leave the resize, leave the crop, you don't need to do that. Color management, everything's fine. And output it to whatever you want. Once you actually click render, just hit the caps lock key. You'll notice that when I hit the caps lock key and I go to actually do something, it says refresh disabled. So when I hit the refresh key, it goes back. When I hit it, you'll see that it goes back to it being disabled. I hit it, it goes back. What that does is when you render out, it's going to render the whole clip. So it's actually going to show you the whole clip, and it's going to play the clip for you while it's being rendered. When you click caps lock, it's just going to not worry about having to show you a preview of it being rendered. So it's actually going to save you time. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this tutorial, please leave a thumbs up. Comment if you have any questions about this or any help with anything. I'll answer them, and subscribe for more. So thanks again, and I'll see you again in the next video.